Welcome back. This is Kathy at Rising Sun Organic and Beyond 60. And this is third series of my makeup tutorial. And this is the fun part, the decorate part. And that's what we're going to be doing. Now today I'm going to use a palette that's Dazzle and Shine from Jane Iredale. And it came out at Christmas time. And I looked at it and I thought, boy, that's something that I'm not going to be able to wear. But I thought, I want to do a tutorial on this, so I'm going to start working with it. But boy, was I surprised. It is so beautiful. Because, and I'm going to go more into this as I do makeups on color analysis, how to work with your, what I call the body harmony colors. And that's your hair, skin, and your eye color, and how you can really adapt it to your authentic self. I'm going to, let me kind of get this in so you're not looking at the top of my head. Um, I have done color analysis for ever since the 70s. And that was started when I was in design school because that's what we did. And that was it became so popular. And you don't even hear about it anymore. It's amazing. It's big in Europe still to this day. But my concept to makeup is the body harmony colors. I want to know how your skin, this is uh, our creator's palette. He has created a unique you with your hair color, your skin color, and your eye color. I like to take those eyes, and I used to do this when I would work with clients. I would take and pull all the colors out of their eyes in fabrics. So they knew what they were doing and teach them, okay, if you want to look very natural and enhance the color of your eyes, these are the colors you want to work with. If you want to go more exotic, this is what you're going to work with. So in future videos, I'm going to go much more into that. And I think you're going to enjoy it, especially the younger ones who have no idea what I'm talking about. But the other thing that I have coming up also is what happens to your makeup when you've turned silver. And that was something that so many people did during the COVID, is because they couldn't get to their hairdresser, so they ended out letting what naturally came. And oh my God, I've seen some of my customers have the most beautiful white hair and platinum hair. And so the next makeup that I'm going to do, now this is a client that I did her colors probably 35 years ago. She still has an original palette, a custom palette that I did for her. And we're going to update her. She's going to bring that in. I'm going to tell you what I did many years ago and how we have changed that today with her coloring. So I think you're going to really enjoy it. But again, the importance of these three videos was to learn my way of doing things, the enhance, define, and decorate. So when I'm talking about that, you'll know right away. And hopefully you'll learn something. And like I said before, I don't know of anybody on YouTube that teaches this way. And boy, if you know someone that has had the same training that I have them send me, because we have a lot to talk about. So anyway, we're going to start on eyes. And there's all different ways you can do things. I've already started with my eyeliner, and we've got all different pens. So if pencils are better for you, we've got pencils, and these are waterproof pencils that you can work with. And they're just so nice. I didn't use them for a long time. All right, so I put a little bit of smudging, and this is like a little plum on top of my liner, because this is, and there's several ways. There's so many good tutorials on YouTube. You guys looking at the top of my head, that show you how to use your pencils for your liner, and this kind of works good too. And when I trained with Westmore Okay, we only had 5 things to work with for a week, and we didn't have really too many shadows, so we had to use pencils to create shadow and so forth. And boy, was it tough, but it was fun. It was really fun. You sure learned a lot. So we've got pencils, we've got what we call, I better put my glasses on, you know how I am. And I don't know exactly what they're called, but the Maristals, and they've got a brush and the pot. There's all different colors. There's black, there's smoky topaz, there's I think I still have some blue. And those are fun to work with too if you like a kind of a different look. Somebody who has a hooded eye, I might work that on them. So first of all, the palette that I'm going to be working with is called Dazzle and Shine. And it is, you can see how beautiful it is. It's got 4 mattes and 4 just slightly iridescent, but it's not the iridescent we had years ago, because that was just, you really couldn't use that on older skin. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Jane Iredale brush. Let me tell you which one it is. It's not telling me which one it is, but I'm going to take the neutral right here, and I want to blend it all over my base. And I like this because this, again, is setting, I got to get it in on my 11s there to get that set. To get that set in, and I might run some down here to get that all set. So again, we're powdering, I'm kind of repowdering the top, but I would like to get like a neutral. There's, like I said, as we go through, I'll give you some other ideas the way things are taught that maybe aren't the best way. All right, so I've taken that color, and I don't know the exact name of it, but it's in my Dazzle and Shine palette. And like I said, this was the one that I wasn't so sure about. But my eyes are very, well, hazel. They've got green. The rim is kind of bluish and brown spots, and they kind of change. And a lot of times, everyone thinks, okay, you just have to stay with neutrals. You know what? I love color. I do. And I think if you've got the right attitude and you look the part, you can wear anything. You know, age is just a number. And you're seeing that too, you know, like on YouTube. There's so many great YouTubers that are, well, there's a billion makeup tutorials, but, and you're seeing how wonderful they look. We're the baby boomers, so there's no reason why we have to say we're old. So that's why I started my channel. I thought, I have 40 years of experience in this. Somebody's out there is going to listen. So, okay, so I have put, there I go on my tangents. So I've worked it in here because, again, sometimes it depends how it is. You want to have this little bit of lighter here. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let's see, what color am I going to take? Let's see. I'm going to take this color here. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press it in. All right, I want to make sure this isn't one of the frosted ones. So we're starting to work this back. And I'm defining this bone. I kind of switch colors on you, gang. But what I didn't think, I'm bringing it down a little bit on my lid too, is the yellow in here that I was so afraid of really makes my eyes just look so green. So I'm just, again, we want to work it. I'm working with, there's all different types of brushes you can use. This one is a little bit stiffer, so I want to pat that in. And it's just resting right on that bone. Now, if you've got a hooded eye, sometimes you can't do this. Sometimes I'm going to work with a softer color. And I'm going to be doing that, working with a good hooded eye in the next few weeks. So I'm just kind of working this in. And you can see how this is sculpting that eye out from the other. And like I said, you know, there's so much real estate on my eye. I need to get that. And a lot of times you don't want to go too much. You see a lot of people putting strips here, and that's a great idea. So I'm just kind of working this. Okay, I'll let you see what we're doing on this other eye. I press it in. So you've got the color, and then we just start washing it. And I want to kind of, on me, blend it a little bit up in the corner since my brows lift so far. I mean, a lot of tutorials tell you to do that anyway. Well, mine do it automatically. So again, we're working it a little bit on the lid. And like I said, when this first came out, I thought, oh, this is not going to work. I'll have to play with it to see. Otherwise, I won't be able to work on people with it. Little bit kind of match these up over here. And there's all different brushes that you can do. It's what you get used to. And I don't like that stopping. I don't, and you'll see me at the end how I have a little technique that kind of, where they get the line in, and then all of a sudden this is white and it feels like it's a marshmallow coming over the top. I don't like that look. So I'll show you what I do. Again, we're working it up just a little bit, kind of keeping that in mind here. All right. So the next step, let me get a more, I'm going to take one of these, well, I can choose from any of them. Some are a little bit frosted and some aren't. So I've worked with these. Now there's several things you can do with these. You could spray some of your setting mist on your hand or your palette and kind of work that in and make a better liner. In fact, I'm going to do that too, just to show you how it's done. And let me get my mist here. I think I'll do it afterwards so I don't. So, all right, so I'm going to take, and I'm using a brush like this. It's stiffer and it's angled. And I'm going to start, and you see this all over. This is your basic 3-step eye. And this has been taught for decades, and it's just your basic eye. And how you make it look any different. Can you see it? I got to make sure I don't get my head in there. Is by the colors you use. You might, and I like to, I'm not a big, I don't like that heavy line underneath. As we start getting older, we have to kind of watch that. And so I'd always like to take a little bit of the lighter shadow and maybe run. And just, so I'm just placing this in the outer third triangle. And again, this is called the three-step eye. And I was taught this. I can take this little point and get it right in that line. And this is a little bit more dramatic. In fact, I should probably do two eyes to show if you didn't want anything. But you can see how it's getting a little bit more exotic. It's really setting off my eye area. And basically, I have an almond eye. So I'm going to take some more on my brush. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tap it in, tap it a little bit, and in that outer corner. And I mean, this technique isn't for everyone, but you can use it. Let's say maybe you're going to go out for dinner or something. You want a little bit more exotic look or nighttime look. So I'm kind of going back and forth between all these little dark colors. Okay, we're going to come and just kind of buff it under here. I'm going to blend that out a little. So you can see how pretty these are. And let me get something. Where's my sponge here? Coming in there, really enhancing my eye color. And I'll tell you, this is something a little... Years ago, we couldn't use red purples on eyes because it would break you out so bad. It would just... And so you really had to be careful. So you can see I need a little bit more over here. All right, so this is what I've been working with, the color palette. And I'm going to show you a couple more steps once I get my liner in. I'm going to take the ones that I was just showing you. Now I'm going to use, this is called Dark Topaz. And, or what to see, maybe I want to use black. Okay, again, I apologize for looking at the top of my head. So what you do is you just take the one that comes with it, and I'm going to kind of work that in there, and I'm going to enhance this. And like I said, there's several ways we can do this. You can take your eyeshadow color and you can blend it in with, okay, this looks really light. So let's see, let's choose something else. And these are so much fun if you like to play with different eyeliners. These are I can't say the name, Mystiquioles or something like that. This isn't getting quite dark that I wanted, so I'm going to go into a little bit of pencil. This is the, let's see, basic brown. What do I want here? Oh, no lip colors. That'll be fun. I remember my mom when she was getting older. She she had macular also, and she was getting, where she couldn't see real well. And so we had gone up to see her, and she was getting ready for church. And she came out, and she had taken an eye pencil and was a black one all around her mouth with her bright red lipstick. It was, oh, I felt so sorry for her, but a lot of us do have that macular. So we start having problems in life seeing what things, it's our vision has gone. So, but that's always a funny story with her. I'm going to take a little bit of my black pencil, and like I said, I want to make this a little bit darker. And you could also go into a darker shadow. But the trick that I've learned, I've never been one for lining the whites of my eyes, your waterline here. I never quite liked the look of that. And it was just a personal thing, but it always stained, the whites of your eyes. But now what I like to take is do the upper line, and I just start taking it and I work it in. And it fills that lash line. Look at the difference that it does to that. And even if you didn't want to wear eyeliner, if you just want to do an enhanced look with shadows, you can do this, and it really makes it look nice. I'm going to do all kinds of things. Like I said, I like that Jane Iredale, this is a black brown that I put on there, but it just makes my lashes look so much more enhanced. I'm going to take a little bit more of my, let's see. This is something that I like to do. I'm looking for the right brush to have. I'll have to just make this one work. Remember I was talking about, if you have a lot of space here, you don't want this. You want to get it nice and blended. But you can I'm going to take this color here of the palette, this gold, and I'm going to dot it right in here. So what that's going to do is that's my spotlight. You don't want to do this first because it's going to, it just, frosteds, I keep saying that, but they always want to go in last. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that color. And this is just advanced. I mean, you can start working it along this bone. I'm not using the right brush right now. You would use a little bit finer. And you see them work it in here. And again, this is just not for everyone. But what I like to do when I start completing this, and I've done this before we even had things, is I like to take, let me get the right color. I can do this one. I like to take a little bit of bronzer or like a soft pink. This isn't the right one. Let's see what I got in my palette. Make this palette work for me. Let's take... and dot it right here. So it's not a dark color, but it's kind of coming in with your blusher. And I put my blusher away already, but the blusher that I use, that the ones that have 4 different colors, I can take one of those blushers and do a whole eyeliner, a whole eye makeup, because they work so well. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just taking a little bit and just softening that bone right there, so you don't have that marshmallow look coming on the top. And again, even if you've got a hooded eye, some of those soft, pinky, soft, not more of a dusty rose or a dusty tangerine or something like that. Depends how you're coloring. It softens that. Okay, so we're getting there. I bet you're thinking, boy, she sure looks a lot better now. I do. Um, all right, so I've kind of blended this out. If you want to line the bottom of your eyes, that's entirely up to you. It's just not, I feel that when we start getting more mature, that really is pulling that eye down. That's why I choose to use like a soft, I'm going to put a little bit more black over here. Normally what I would do, I would just choose a darker shadow color, but I'm working with our palette today. And again, back under there. This was kind of I haven't done this. I just learned this tight lining in the last few years. But, eyes are so sensitive. So you got to use a good pencil that doesn't have any coal tar in it. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about mascara right now and our conditioner. So hang on just a second. I'm going to grab my mascara and my, okay. So sorry. I thought I was all organized today. But this new mascara has just come out. The one thing, and I'm also real quickly going to hydrate my face again, since it's been a while. And I usually hydrate several times a day. It just keeps it so dewy and nice looking. Okay. The other thing too that I've learned, and you've got to be careful how you do it, is that toward the end, and we're going to do it, you can put another layer of concealer on and kind of set it. Well, what I do is I use my concealer brush and kind of keep it wet. But Jane Iredale has this Lash Prime and Conditioner. And I love it. First of all, you can use it at night on your lashes. And the reason why lashes break off and get so short is because all the mascaras out there that are in the department stores have coal tar in them. And coal tar is a it's on the list of not to use. It's been used forever. I think that's why people have so many problems with using mascaras, because coal tar is carcinogenic, and we don't need that in our things. So that's why Jane Iredale, she doesn't use coal tar. She has fabulous mascaras, all different types that fit different. But this Lash Primer, it's a primer and a conditioner. So you can put this on. And it goes on, oh, wait a second. I've got to start out with the right one. And here we go. It goes on white, and you want to work it up. And if you put this on before you go to bed at night, oh, does it keep your lashes nice and soft, and they'll even start growing. And because there's a lot of different lash enhancers out there that have a hormone in them that is causing some problems. And some of the early reports that we're seeing, some of the the plastic surgeons, they're seeing that that hormone that they have is actually causing aging to the eye, which I had never heard anything till just recently. One of the doctors that I follow had talked about it and showed, and that's what he noticed. So you can see what this is doing. It's turning white, and I just work it in and work it in. And my lashes are so soft now since I've been using it. And it's starting to lift them, so we're using it as a primer. And just work it up. So you can take, some of the shortest lashes. And like I said, talked about in other videos, we've learned how to do a lash lift, which is beautiful. If you can find that in your area, it sure is nice. We've done it now on a lot of people, and even if they have short little lashes, but so that is my primer. So I'm going to come back, and this is Jane Iredale's brand new mascara, and it is called the Volumizing Mascara. And like I said, there's lots of different types. I don't know if I love the brush yet. The jury's out, but obviously there's a reason for it. The way it's shaped this way, it's very different. And I'm just working that up. And you can see how long it's making my lashes. I'm coming in. What a difference that makes, hey? Okay, let's get this side going. We're almost done here. I hope you guys learned something in my 3-part tutorial. Let's get a little bit. I know some channels tell you not to put it on the bottom. It all has to do with the shape of your eye, the shape of your face, what's going on. And my eyes are open enough where I can take it. I don't have a heavy line there, nor have I lined my waterline. And, but you can see just how we've lifted. Boy, do I look a lot better, huh? All right, so if you guys have any questions that you want to DM me about things, direct message, just leave comments. Or I don't get a lot of comments, but I would love to see what you would like me to zero in on. Maybe you're having a problem with something and you can't get it right. Well, maybe we can do a class on it or do a live on it. So that would be exciting. All right, so let's go to these lips. I'm going to take a little bit. In fact, I'm going to take some of my shadow palette, and I'm going to enhance a little bit more on my cheeks. And I'm using this color right here. You can use them all because we're doing like a little berry look. And so I'm just kind of touching up what we've done. Make sure I don't look like an old lady. Can't be looking like an old lady. All right, the other thing, you could take your color in your palette. You could take that beautiful one and you could run it as your highlighter right here. just so versatile. I mean, boy, I see some people, they have, well, me, you know, I almost need a makeup bathroom. It's so bad. So anyway, back to I'm going to take a little bit more concealer. And I'm going to work it in just to kind of have a double coat. Because by all my brushing, and I know so many of you have had problems with concealers, you know, just laying in the lines of your eyes. Jane Iredale, they don't do that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of our hydration and go over it. You don't want to do this with a toner that has alcohol in it because it's going to dry that out. But again, that softening, we've put a little bit of, I've taken that hydrator and I've kind of put it in areas that all right. All right, now my fun thing is I have a, we're going to get into lips. And I thought I did bring it.